the Nord Stream 1 and 2 pipelines were destroyed. Sabotage, that we know. We've had investigations going on for several months. There's been nothing. We have no idea. The West, of course, immediately said this was the Russians. Do you buy that? It was, of course, their pipelines.
When I heard about this, and it was the same day when the Danish Polish pipeline was opened.
This was back in September last year.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the immediate thought that came to my mind, because in the Soviet Union, things didn't go as planned. So I was like, okay, they messed up with the pipeline. They put the
bomb on the wrong one?
The wrong one.
Okay, let's assume that didn't happen.
Yeah, no, that was the immediate thought, because that would be so.
Did you say that publicly at the time?
I said it to some of the prime ministers, and they were like, "Do you really think so?" I had no evidence, of course. No,
Yeah.
I don't know, but the immediate thought, and I wasn't the only one who thought that, okay, they just messed with the pipeline and they blew up their own pipeline. I mean, the investigation is going on, and it is, of course, very hard to investigate, considering that it's underwater and everything. We are constantly asking also Swedish Prime Minister what do they know, but if they have something, they will let us know.
What I'm hearing from you is you still have open questions in your mind as to what happened there.
Of course, there is investigation, and there has to be some proof, and you have to prove who has done it to attribute it to somebody. But yeah, of course, I have questions, because it's not answered certainly who did it.
So let me ask you a question, because this was in international waters.
Yes.
A multi-billion-dollar pipeline.
Yeah.
Outside of Ukraine, this is the single biggest thing that's happened in the war.
Yeah.
If we find out tomorrow that it was the Russians, what done it? What should we do?
You know, the bigger question is the accountability question. All those attacks, the first question is the attribution, and then the second is who is really accountable, and how. I mean, when we have agreed in the international law that it is illegal to do such things, then there has to be a response as well.
It's illegal to knock down a civilian plane out of the sky too,
Yeah.
which was done, of course,
Yeah.
several years ago. There's been
Yeah.
no accountability for that.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be like this. That's why I think, one of the things that we have to push right now is the accountability, and really the discussion how we can hold accountable people who are responsible for deciding such acts. And I've been reading about this, and of course there is not. There are obstacles on the way, and I've been thinking that after the Second World War, when Roosevelt came up with the United Nations, and it was supposed to be to keep peace. So what is our response now? I think we have to also sort of rethink our international law and the accountability as such, because it can't be that the leaders have immunity if they agree to attack another country. Yes, the immunity is meant to be if you are a leader of a country and politically somebody wants to attack you and use cases against you. But if it is a case of international law, we have agreed it's illegal to attack another country. If you do, there has to be a response. Otherwise, it will just continue.
So to be clear, I mean, these investigations ongoing, if any evidence were found that it wasn't the Russians, that it was the Ukrainians, it was a NATO country, that should come out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. It's going to be tough either way.
Yeah,
It's going to be tough.
absolutely. Yeah.